A very good morning to all of you present over here. Silver Jubilee is a milestone in the journey of any institute. We all are together here to celebrate the inaugural ceremony of the Silver Jubilee celebration of Pinolex Academy of Management and Technology Ratnagiri. On behalf of Team FAMT, I would like to grab the opportunity to welcome all the dignitaries who are present for the function. I would also like to welcome you all, those who are attending this function online. Siddhir Bhavati Karmaja is the motto of Phoenix Academy, and it has been proved by Team FAMT under the great leadership and guidance of late P.P. Chabria sir, and his footprints are followed by Mrs. Aruna Katara, President, Hope Foundation. The twin motives of medical health accessibility and quality higher education were set by Honorable late P.P. Chabria sir while establishing Hope Foundation. And Pinolex Academy is such a wonderful dream, cherished and brought into reality under the powerful guidance of two generations of Chabria family. Pinolex Academy was established in 1996 as an engineering college affiliated to University of Mumbai and approved by AICTE, providing higher technical education to the students of Konkan region at affordable cost has been the objective of Phoenix Academy. The institute has flourished over last 25 years and has been steadily grooming the professionals and technocrats to serve our country. To celebrate this success, we all are here. Today, we are going to get enlightened with the kind words from all our esteemed intellectuals. We will throw a light on this colorful journey of FAMT for last 25 years. And we are formally going to inaugurate the Silver Jubilee celebrations through online mode. But at the beginning of anything, as per our Indian tradition, we invocate the God or the supreme power of this universe. Goddess Saraswati is the goddess of knowledge. So let us begin our today's function by praising her. So I would like to call upon our student Varad Natekar to present Saraswati Vandan.
या कुन्देन्दुतुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्कर प्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा शुक्लां ब्रह्मविचारसारपरमा आद्यां जगद्व्यापिनीं वीणापुस्तकधारिणीम् अभयदां जाड्यान्धकारापहा हस्ते स्फाटिकमालिकां विदधतीं पद्मासने संस्थितां वन्दे तां परमेश्वरीं भगवतीं बुद्धिप्रदां शारदाम्.
Thanks a lot, Bharat, for such a nice presentation. Now, I will request our respected principal, Dr. Kaushal Prasad, to present his welcome address.
A very good morning to all the dignitaries present here on the virtual dais and all the viewers of our live YouTube channel. Myself, Dr. Prasad, Principal, Pinolex Academy of Management and Technology, welcome all of you for the inaugural function of Silver Jubilee celebration of FAMT. As just highlighted, FAMT began its journey in 1996 with 60 students in campus. Today, the institute offers 6 undergraduate courses, 2 postgraduate courses, and 1 PhD program with approximately 1,800 students in campus. All this could be possible because of vision and support of then chairman of Phenolics Group of Companies and founder president of Hope Foundation, late Sri P.P. Chavaria sir. Subsequently, the effort of president of Hope Foundation, Aruna Katara madam, trustees, team FAMT, and support from everyone in society. Let me share with you a brief background about how the institute was envisaged. It all started in 1992-93 when phenolics industry was being set up in Ratnagiri. During that period, Chavaria sir extensively visited the interior region of Konkan, and he realized that despite having the potential, young students were not able to receive higher technical education as they could not afford the costly education at metro cities. Hence, he decided to set up an engineering institute to provide quality technical education at affordable cost, which has been the motto. And that is how the FAMT was born. Initially, Dr. K. L. Naresar, former director of FAMT, nurtured the seeds sowed by the founder presidents. Sir. Now the team FAMT is moving ahead on the path led by the founder president, sir, under the guidance of Aruna Katara madam. Due to the pandemic situation, we are not able to come together physically in the campus, and we are celebrating this inaugural function online. On this auspicious occasion, I feel much privileged to welcome respected Aruna Katara Madam, President Hope Foundation, and respected Amrita Katara, Managing Trustee Hope Foundation for the function. I am very much pleased to welcome all the trustees members, governing board members, academic and research advisory council members of Hope Foundation, members of College Development Committee. I welcome all the esteemed recruiters of FAMT, all the principals of junior college from and around Ratnagiri, and members of Department of Advisory Board. I feel very much pleased to welcome all the office bearer of Phenolics Industries Limited. I also welcome FAMT alumni, our students, parents, as well as FAMT staff and faculty members for the inaugural function of Silver Jubilee celebration. Due to all of you, FAMT has progressed for the last 25 years and will continue to do so. I once again welcome you all. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, sir. Now I will request Honorable Ms. Amrita Katara, Managing Trustee Hope Foundation, to deliver her address.
Good morning to everyone. I'm very excited to be here for FAMT Silver Jubilee celebrations. Growing up, I have so many fond memories of Ratnagiri. I remember spending many holidays there with my grandparents, running around on Bhate beach and devouring mangoes all through the summer. I also remember visiting the land where FAMT stands today. It was completely barren and barely had any trees. And I distinctly remember being confused about why I was there. While my grandfather was talking to people about constructing a building, all I wanted to do was go to the beach and look for starfish. Obviously, as a little child, it was very difficult to understand what my grandfather, Mr. P.P. Chavria's plans were for FAMT. But as I grew older, his vision and foresight became apparent. From that empty plot of land to the beautiful campus that it is now for our students, I feel privileged to have seen FAMT grow over the last 25 years. The campus has not only been home to thousands of students since it opened, but it has also been a place where many followed and achieved their dreams. The place where friendships have been made and memories created. Unfortunately for my grandfather, he never had the chance to study past the age of 12, but he always believed in the power of education and stated that he wished he had the chance to study further. I think he was also very amused by the irony that while he never had the benefit of a formal education, his efforts have been instrumental in providing education to hundreds of deserving students. It gave him immense joy that his contributions will leave behind something lasting for our youth and the country. I can only hope that I can make my grandfather proud by carrying forward his legacy and dream of nurturing the next generation. I'm very grateful that we have such a strong team at FAMT led by Dr. Kaushal Prasad. I would like to take a moment to thank him and the entire team at FAMT for working so hard to keep my grandfather's dream alive. It would not have been possible without the work that you put in. So thank you so much for being part of the FAMT team. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, madam, for your kind words. As Prasad sir said, the academy, which started in 1996 with a single branch, electronics, admitting just 60 students, has now flourished to offer 6 undergraduate, 2 postgraduate, and 1 doctoral course, with the intake capacity of 420 and overall strength of around 1,800 students on campus. Team FAMT, under a powerful leadership and constant support and guidance from management, advisory board, and so on, is achieving its mission to become foremost seat of advanced technical learning as a center of excellence in the region. Let us have a quick look towards the journey of FAMT through a short video. a lot Professor Rashmi Kulkarni and technical team of FAMT to make us to relive the joyous moments of journey of FAMT for last 25 years. As Sir had said, this pandemic hasn't allowed us to be together here at FAMT campus, but the technological revolution has provided us a platform to be together today. Thus, we are going to have the formal inauguration of Silver Jubilee celebrations through online mode. Now, I earnestly request all the dignitaries to please click on their screen to formally inaugurate the Silver Jubilee celebration program. Thank you all for the formal inauguration of Silver Jubilee celebrations. As I have said, FAMT is making its progress with the kind support and guidance from many intellectuals and technocrats. And our today's chief guest, Dr. Raghunath Mashelkar, who is the chairperson of Academic and Research Advisory Council of Hope Foundation, has a major role in guiding us. We have got a valuable and rare opportunity to listen from him. So let us listen to his address.
Mr. Prakash Chhabria, Chairman, Phenolics Industry Limited, Mrs. Arun Katara, President, Hope Foundation, Ms. Amrita Katara, Managing Trustee, Hope Foundation, Dr. Kaushal Prasad, Principal, Phenolics Academy, distinguished members of the Advisory Board of Hope Foundation, members of the family of Phenolics Industries Limited, invited members from I-Square IT, distinguished principals, FMAT academic faculty and staff members, students, distinguished alumni, ladies and gentlemen. Let me begin by paying my humble tributes to the memory of our most revered, most beloved, late Prahladji Chhabria, PPC, as we used to call him fondly. PPC did not have a formal education in childhood due to the financial hardships that he had, but he was acutely aware of the importance of education in building one's future. In this connection, I'm reminded of a recent incident. You know, there was a discussion on what is possibly the most powerful equation that was ever developed by scientists. Someone said it was Newton's second law, giving the relationship between force, mass and acceleration, namely F equal to ma. F is force, m is mass, a is acceleration. Somebody said, no, it is Einstein's equation, linking energy, mass and velocity of light, namely E equal to mc square. E is energy, m is mass, c is velocity of light. The others came out with some other suggestions. I was sitting quiet there, and then somebody came to me and asked me, "You're outspoken, what do you think?" I said, not Newton, not Einstein. They said, not Newton, not Einstein? What is it? I said, the most powerful equation is E equal to F. E is education and F is future. Education equal to future. And I said, this equation is universal and eternal. If there is no education, there is no future. No future for the individual, no future for the nation. And I'm quite sure PPC was fully convinced of the power of the equation E equal to F, future is equal to education. And knowing precisely the power of this equation, PPC was particularly concerned at the lack of educational infrastructure and facilities in remote places like villages in Konkan, for example. And he realized if there is no education, there will be no future for those children in these rural areas. He was also pained to see that while India was surging ahead with economic liberalization, rural India was largely untouched by any development. It is then that PPC decided to create excellent facilities in technical education, the best that is possible in such rural areas. And this conviction and aspiration gave birth to Finolex Academy of Management and Technology, FMAT. And ladies and gentlemen, today we are proudly celebrating the silver jubilee of FMAT, which was launched way back in 1996. It made a humble beginning with one branch only, electronics engineering, with intake of 60 bachelor's degree students. Today, from that 60, it can boast of having created 6,500 plus alumni. Today, FMT has grown from a single bachelor degree course to a new FMT with multiple undergraduate courses, postgraduate courses, a PhD course in information technology, and now, in keeping up with the times, even adding a new branch in the emerging area of artificial intelligence and machine learning. Today, as we celebrate the Silver Jubilee, FMT has achieved something that we should be all proud of. In Business World Engineering rankings for 2020, FMT was ranked 68 in privately run engineering colleges in India and 119 in overall colleges in India. But to me, what is even more important is that FMT is the only institute in the Konkan region to secure a place in the top 200 engineering institutes. There is no other engineering institutes, although there are so many others. PPC, I'm quite sure, would have been very happy to see his dream of bringing inclusive innovation to resource-poor regions of Maharashtra, like Konkan, come true. I have very vivid, very fond memories of my first visit to FMT in March 2001 for the inaugural function of Utopia 2K1 and Brainwaves. And of course, good things have to be repeated. So then again, I visited in March 2007. PPC, I remember, gave me the honor of laying the foundation stone for the mechanical and chemical block. I also remember inaugurating Utopia 2K7 and Brainwaves. But beyond that, that was way back in 2007. What has happened afterwards? I must say, and I'm very proud that I've been very closely associated, first with PPC, then with I2IT and lots of activities connected with that. And then all this while, his equally visionary daughter, Aruna, who is carrying forward the torch her father had lit for over 4 decades now. And not only Aruna, it is Amruta, the next generation, that is also carrying the torch forward. And that's absolutely wonderful. I've been chairing the Academic Advisory Council of Hope Foundation and Research Center, which is the parent trust of FMT. And I must say that I have closely seen the way the big purpose of building the future of resource-poor children has been pursued with perseverance, with passion, with compassion, and with commitment. Coming back to PPC, I must say that PPC was ahead of his time. We now talk about CSR, corporate social responsibility. But in those days, PPC did corporate social responsibility when this term also was not introduced in the country. That's why I said he was ahead of his time. PPC founded this institute not only with the motive of giving back to society, but something beyond that. And that was education for all now, as you know, has become a slogan, but PPC truly delivered it He believed in it. I remember his famous words, "It is our responsibility that nobody who approaches our institute remains deprived of education for want of finances." That's what he meant. Education for all, not some privileged few. I'm happy to see that although PPC is no more, he's everywhere, according to me. And he's everywhere in the form of the everlasting pursuit of his philosophy, remaining the key mantra for FAMT, thanks to the strong belief and action by Aruna, Amruta, and Prakash, and all of you. For truly achieving the power of E equal to F, education is equal to future. Beyond the education, as learned from the prescribed university syllabus that children learn in classroom, I'm very happy to see that FAMT is giving structured training too. And the benefits are there to see. It has led to a significant increase in placement of students in recent years. I understand that the placements are about 70 to 75% for the preceding 3 years. And that's a very good record. And this is E equal to F. This is through education, building the future, not just through education, but right education. Again, to draw the power of equation E equal to F, the students must be drawn to education in the first place. And as you know, the poverty-stricken areas, those children are not even aware of what opportunities lie in higher education. So it is very important to spread awareness of technical education among students in remote and rural areas. And again, I'm very happy to see that FAMT is doing a great job through awareness seminars in Ratnagiri, in Sindhudurg, in Raigad districts, reaching out every year to 4,000 students, 5,000 students. And it is commendable that due to these efforts, around 85% of the students of FAMT are from these districts. I'm also happy to see that the percentage of girls is 30%. Of course, we have to go to 40, 50%. But if 1 out of 3 girls studies from that region, I think that is something commendable. Many students are, of course, first-time college learners in their family. Can you believe it? Many local students would complete the professional technical education due to FAMT. If it was not there, they would not have been done it. Because of all the challenges that they had, financial hardship, higher cost of education in metros, they can't go to Mumbai and study there. Customary bindings, especially for girls, migration problems, and so on and so forth. So I think we have done a great job by creating those windows of opportunity. And also, as I said, E equal to F, F is future of not only their own, but their families, their better living, and the higher standards of living are being achieved for the families and students after their wards get educated and find jobs in companies. I think that is also wonderful. So there is thus direct and indirect employment as also boost for local economy. That's what we want. We want decentralized development. These are brilliant examples of decentralized development. I was also happy to hear that FAMT not only nurtures students only in technical education, but also builds them up as good, responsible citizens. Through various associations of students, FAMT develops, I understand, a sense of social belonging among the students with various programs, be they beach cleaning drive, blood donation camps, road safety drives, financial help to NGOs like Maher, then distribution of educational material to poor children, the supply of computers to schools. As you know, this has become very critical now with online learning, creating awareness of digital India in schools and colleges, and a variety of social welfare work. At the end, let me just make 3 points and I will close. As you all know, we have been inspired, we now have in India an inspiring new education policy. It's a great policy. The government of Maharashtra has set up a task force under my chairmanship to create a roadmap for implementing the new education policy in our state, in Maharashtra state. And in my committee, I'm very fortunate that we have some of the best experts, including the former chairman of UGC, leading vice chancellors, world-class educational experts as our members. And I can assure you, inclusive education, as was the dream of PPC, is on the top of our agenda. And I believe we have a lot of lessons to learn from the way FMT was able to create inclusive innovation in Konkan. I am quite sure that thanks to the power of technology, thousands of students and alumni will be watching this celebration ceremony from different corners of the world. So my young friends, while ending, you will ask me, you are 77, you have lived a long life. What are the lessons for us from the book of your life? You know, not these books that I see here, but book of my life. So I'll give you 5 Mashelkar mantras, which have worked in my case. I hope they will work in your case. First, many of you are born in poor families. So you might think, oh my God, what's going to happen in the future? So let me tell you something. The beginning of your life is not in your hands. To whom you are born, where you are born, on what date you are born, that's not in your hands. But I can tell you where you end is in your hands. Your destiny is in your hands. So you can't predict your future when you are beginning your journey. You know, I remember when I was studying Newton's laws of motion in college, I did not realize that less than 4 decades ago, I'll be signing in the same book as Newton did while getting inducted as a fellow of Royal Society in a ceremonial process in London. As you'll probably know, in 360 years, there are only 3 engineering scientists from India who have become fellows of Royal Society, which is considered as the honor next to Nobel Prize. And I happen to be basically one of them. So I would not have imagined when I was going to Jain College and Professor Gursani was teaching me the first law of the second law of motion and the first law of motion of Newton, that I'll sign in the book in which Newton had signed. Okay, so you can't predict your future. I remember as a poor boy, the only son of a struggling poor widowed mother, I was going to leave studies. You know, I had stood 11th among 1,35,000 students in Maharashtra state, but my poor mother could not afford my education. You know, so I was going to leave. And then came this Tata scholarship of just 60 rupees per month. That is how I could study. And then I would not have imagined that the head of the house of Tatas, Ratan Tata, and I will receive Padma Bhushan award in the same ceremony, one after the other, in Rashtrapati Bhavan on 17 March 2000, at the hands of late President R.K. Narayanan, who could also continue his studies due to a Tata scholarship, just like me. So can you imagine? Can you imagine a Tata scholar becoming a president and honoring Tata, the head of the families, with a Padma Bhushan, and also honoring another Tata scholar? That proves the power of E is equal to F. Education is equal to future. Okay? But it also shows that no matter where you are born, you can't predict your future. All right? It's all in your hand. Your destiny is in your hand. So the first Mashelkar mantra is your aspirations are your possibilities. Keep them high. If you aim at Everest, at least you will reach Kanchenjunga. But if you aim at Kanchenjunga, you will not even reach Hanuman Tekdi. Okay? And if you aim at Hanuman Tekdi, you will remain where you are. So keep them high. Believe in yourself. My second mantra is that there is no substitute to hard work for becoming successful. Like instant coffee, there is no instant success. I'm 77 now, but believe me, I myself work 24/7, week after week, month after month, year after year, and I will do so till I take my last breath. I don't know when that is going to be. So the golden rule is the following: work hard in silence, let success make organize. That is second Mashelkar mantra. The third mantra is perseverance matters. Always too early to quit. Quitters are never winners, winners are never quitters. Failures will come your way, but interpret fail as your first attempt in learning. Your best guru is your last mistake, as long as you learn from that mistake. My fourth mantra: be always a part of a solution, never part of a problem. If you can't find the way, create your own new way. You will keep on knocking on the doors of opportunity. They don't open, you get frustrated. Don't get frustrated. Create your own doors. My fifth mantra: there is no limit to human endurance, no limit to human achievement. As you have seen, for example, during this pandemic, the Jyoti Paswan, just a 15-year-old girl, she carried her father who had broken his knee 1,200 kilometers on bicycle, all right? Driving for 8 days, no limit to human endurance, no limit to human achievement, and no limit to human imagination, accepting the limit that you put on yourself. So my advice is be limitless in terms of your imagination. So every day what you have to do is that no matter what you achieve, every day, no matter how old you are, all right, you may be 89th year of your life at a particular day, you have to get up every day and say to yourself that my best is yet to come, and maybe today is the day that it will come. So this is my life's message to you. I must end by dreaming about Indian education and education system itself, and that includes FMT. Here would be my 10-point wish list for the nation and education. First, we will move quickly from right to education to right education to right way of education, because as you know, digital learning, online learning is becoming the key. Second, we'll make a transition from being a hesitant private sector partner to a strong practitioner of privately managed non-profit institutions of higher education. Third, we'll do away from being a tentative destination for occasional foreign students to be a preferred global destination for foreign students. Fourth, we'll change the image of being suspicious viewer of foreign institutions to aggressive partner and competitor of foreign institutions. We'll welcome them with open arms. Fifth, we'll move from minor follower and a player in R&D and innovation to a global leader and a giant in R&D and innovation. We are ranked 48 in the Global Innovation Index. From 48, how do we jump to the top 3, 4, or 5? That should be our aspiration. Next, we'll be an aggressive disruptive innovator rather than just incremental innovator. It is not renovation, it's a real innovation that is critical. Seventh, we'll be a confident and competitive intellectual property promoter rather than being protective and restrictive intellectual property practitioner. Eighth, we'll tune our education systems in such a way that will create not just job seekers, but job providers, becoming a leading startup nation. We are still a starting up nation. We'll move from occasional world-class university builder to builder of 100 world-class university. And last, the 10th, instead of being copier of best practices in education and research from around the world, we'll become the creator of next practices in education and research, which other nations will follow at their best practice. That should be the aspiration. This is my dream and aspiration for Indian education. And if these paradigm shifts come in our attitudes, in our aspirations, into our actions, then it will make the Indian dream of moving from a position of a third world country to the third most powerful country in the world come to. Not $2,000 GDP per capita, but $20,000, $40,000 GDP per capita. I'll end by paying my humble homage to PPC once again. To me, he was not an individual, he was an institution. Individuals go, but institutions live on forever. Individuals go, but their ideas live, and their ideals live forever. FMT is an idea. FMT is an ideal. So FMT will live forever. And this torch that is being carried from PPC to Aruna to Amrita will shine even brighter. We'll celebrate the golden jubilee of FMT in 25 years' time. Unfortunately, I will not be there. But I do know that PPC would have liked FMT to be among the top 10 in India in overall rankings. I have the reputation of being a dangerous optimist. Let me end on that dangerous optimism. I'm sure that dream will come true, and sooner rather than later. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mashilkar sir, for your kind words. Prakashji Chhabria, the chairman of Finolex Industries Limited, is an integral part of FMT family. He has been always a guiding star for us. So let us listen to his address.
Good morning, everybody. It is so nice to be here today, even though it's very cold. I remember when my father had this dream of starting something years ago. He used to talk about it and keep making small notes. He had this habit of making notes. Whatever he thought of, whatever he remembered that he wants to do, he would make notes. And he would keep making notes that he wants to set up a college which was something different, because he felt that the students in India needed an opportunity to learn higher education, even though they cannot afford to go overseas. He knew many students wanted to go overseas and learn over there, and why not? Because if the student is got high caliber, he must go to a better place, to a better college to learn more, to be better. But he also knew the fact that it was not affordable to everybody. Keeping that in mind, he set out setting up this college. I remember how he even set up the thought with uh, the architects in saying that it should be modern looking. So if you see the FAMT building, even though it's 25 years old, it is very modern. It was way ahead of its time at then. And that is what he felt should be done so as to attract the students, to attract this talent. And the main purpose for doing all of this was that the students from India, from our country, when they learn, when they usually go outside and they learn over there, they do not come back. So two things he wanted to achieve: A, make it affordable, and let our students, the wealth, the knowledge of our students remain in India. He loved our country, he loved India, and he would do anything. So this was one of his ways of what we call today CSR. It was one of his ways at that time to look ahead and do something for the children. He also knew that the location was slightly remote. He sat with the architects and made this beautiful building in a small place, a remote place called Ratnagiri. At that time, Ratnagiri was not well connected, and he felt that the students around the area needed an opportunity to get good education. He felt engineering needed good teachers, a good campus. Then only we could attract the students from the rural areas, from the villages, children who had the eagerness to learn, who had the eagerness to do something. They should be given an opportunity. When he found that there was going to be some kind of a problem for the students to have accommodation, he even set up a couple of buildings within the Finolex campus so that the children had good living, because he felt that a student needed to be in a good atmosphere, not only in the college, but he needed to be also in a good atmosphere while he was staying. So keeping all of that in mind, he enlarged his vision and kept on working on that. If you'll see, he even set up something called I Square IT. I don't know how many of the students know, but he even set up I Square IT in Pune, something for, again, students who want to learn high-end computing. Just like FAM now has got something to do with computing also. So if you'll see, my sister Aruna is now going on adding more subjects, making it bigger so that it becomes more relevant with the times. What was there 25 years ago, as far as the basic physics is concerned or basic chemistry is concerned, is the same. But as time moves on, as electrical becomes electronics and electronics will now become AI, the college has moved on. And this college is providing all the possible help to all the students in that area. And I'm sure there are many students who have also come from across different parts of the country because the name of the college has become so good. But I had a very important element to our talk this afternoon. Our teachers. Our teachers are very important. And as you know, our country, our heritage, we give a lot of importance to our teachers, our Guru. Guru is very important. We must respect them, we must honor them. It's our teachers who give us knowledge, they part us with the knowledge. And it is because of what they give us, and it's because of what we absorb, is what we can be. So we must never ever forget the importance of our teachers. I always salute our teachers. And one of the reasons I must tell you that I salute my teachers is because they had the patience to teach me. I was a very difficult student, not the brightest, but very difficult. But the teachers don't give up. They have a lot of patience. For them, all students are equal. And that is the key. Good teachers, good training, good imparting of knowledge. It's very important. Why do they do all of this? They do it selflessly, totally selfless in doing what they're doing, is because they treat each and every child the same. For them, it is a joy to impart knowledge. And for us, we should be receiving that knowledge. Once we have received the knowledge, we graduate, we go to work. I would like to once again mention that continue with my father's dream. Stay in India. I'm not saying, I'm not denying that overseas the job opportunities are more, the paychecks are more, the vision to learn and to try out things over there is more. I agree. But shouldn't we all be responsible to make our country, India, a superb country? And for that, we all have to work together. Each of us has to contribute. And as students, you can only contribute right now is by thinking that I'm going to work hard, I'm going to graduate, I'm going to find a good job. And I would really appreciate if it is within India. I will try to do the best for my country. FAMT. I would like to end, my dear students, by saying work hard, and everybody says play hard. But sometimes we get mixed in the confusion between work hard and play hard. The balance somehow goes more towards the right. Whereas work hard in your college, study hard in your college, because now is the time when you are like a sponge, where you're able to absorb, where you're able to learn. And this learning, this fundamental learning, this foundation is what is going to help you. It'll help you in your career, it'll help you in your life, it'll help you to set up a family, your own family, to grow. By doing all of that, you'll also be doing one more thing which you must never forget, and you will be doing your service to our country. Our country needs young students. Our country needs hardworking students. Hardworking. Hardworking is the key. Please underline it and please remember, hard work and homework. Victory loves homework. With these few words, I would like to congratulate all of you for the different parts of life that you have started. For the outgoing students or the incoming students, I hope you'll all have a great future. Ratnagiri is a beautiful place. You're very lucky to be there. And I wish you all the very best. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, sir, for your valuable guidance. It is said that leadership is not just about a title or a designation, but it is about impact, inspiration, and influence. We, Team FMT, have such a great inspirational leadership from our Honorable President of Hope Foundation, Mrs. Aruna Katara. She has been always a constant source of inspiration and motivation for all of us. So I hereby request our beloved Aruna Madam to deliver her words of wisdom.
Welcome to all the dignitaries present here today and Team FAMT. It is my great pleasure, my great honor, on the 25th anniversary of our institution, to remember that every single journey, every journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Meaning what? Meaning that We are fortunate that our founder chairman, the president of Hope Foundation, Mr. Prahlad P. Chhabria, the founder chairman of the Finolex Group, 25 years back dreamt. He saw around him in Ratnagiri when the Finolex Industries plant was being set up. He saw around him that there was a dearth, there was a shortage of quality education. And that is why he started FAMT. He has left us with a legacy. He has left us with a legacy, and I think many times the road or the road map for my team and for me has been set by him and has made our life easy. We do not have to worry about what to do when we get up in the morning. We get up and we walk on the road or the legacy or the roadmap that he left us with. He would always say education is the only way to raise the society and to teach the girl child. Teaching the girl child would mean teaching the family. It may seem like lofty words, nation building, but this is exactly what he did 25 years back. And we are all witness to how FAMT has impacted the socio-economic landscape of Ratnagiri and rural Konkan. I often refer to rural India as Bharat. So we have India and we have Bharat. And what is the difference? There is no short of talent. There is no short of sincerity and commitment in Bharat, where the students are concerned or where the team is concerned. But what we lack in rural Bharat is opportunity. And Sri PPC saw this 25 years back and set up FAMT to make a difference to Bharat. We've heard from Dr. Mashilkar and Prakash Chhabria the genesis of how Ratnagiri started, of how in the first year we had one branch with 59 students. And today we have 7 branches, 101 faculty, and 623 girls. I am proud, I am happy, and I am privileged to be part of this team. I have a few things that I would like to share. Firstly, to my students of FAMT, I would say, have you come here only to gain a degree? Have you come here only to get a placement or to make a career? I understand the end result of all academics is to make a good career. But to me, what would be more important, I would like to share today that the college is not brick and mortar. It is not stone and building. The college is because of you, really. It is not just a degree giving institute. It is a place where we make friends and we forge friendships that last a lifetime. We create memories, we build relationships. This is a place where you consider to be your home. My suggestion would be to explore your talents, to explore all the opportunities you can get. Find your passion. We always talk about IQ, EQ, that is intellectual quotient, emotional quotient, but there is a passion quotient. We must remember that it is in these formative years we are able to find the passion that will lead us through our life. It would be sad if you left the college with just a degree. Make the most of the 4 years on campus. I am glad that FAMT provides environment to nurture well-rounded professionals as well as students to excel in academics, sports, social service, cultural arena, and national level competition. Go for it. These 4 years are yours. Make the most of it. What do I think of when I think of my alumni? Remember, you carry the responsibility of being the torchbearer for FAMT. It is through you, FAMT will be known for its ethics, for its commitment, and it is through my alumni that we will be known for the quality of education we have imparted. I am very proud. We are all very proud of you and your achievement. And your success is actually our success. The pillars of FAMT would be the students, the alumni, the faculty, and the admin team. And the alumni play a very important role in building our reputation. Remember, FAMT is your home. It is your family. Come back. Come back and contribute. Come back and contribute not just your money, but your time. Contribute what you have learned and seen in the outside world. Contribute your experiences to the present students. Always remember that great institutions are built by alumni who are actually the torch bearers of the institution. What do I have to share with my faculty today? I am proud of my faculty. I am proud of my faculty not because of the number or the letters they have studied or they have taught. I am proud of my faculty because they believe in our founder chairman's dream. Each one of my faculty members have devoted themselves to contributing to the growth of rural Bharat, which was our founder chairman's dream. You know what I look forward to? I look forward to my alumni and my faculty and my team's children taking admission and coming back to FAMT as students. I would think that is the biggest yardstick of our success, that we send our children back to FAMT as students. The faculty have an important role. Like Prakash Chhabria shared, we give a lot of importance in our culture, in the Indian culture, to our guru, to our teacher. It is our teachers who shape us, who guide us, and who make an influence on how we think and how we conduct ourselves in our life. I salute you, teachers, because I know it is not a simple or easy job to mentor a student, to grow the student, and to share the world vision with your students. I thank you for being a part of FAMT and helping it grow from strength to strength. Who are our teachers? There might be a time when we have a love-hate relationship with them, but at the end of the day, when we have graduated from college, we remember them with affection. We remember them with great pride. We remember them with a salutation that these were the people who shaped our future, who helped us grow as human beings, as students, and turned us into professionals. And lastly, but not the least, my admin team. The admin team typically does not get a good recognition. It is the faculty who are always recognized for their contribution to the growth of the student and to the great growth of the institution. But my dear members of the admin team, your work behind the scene, the long hours you keep, the precision that you work with are all recognized and are all appreciated by all of us. And you have helped for the institution to gain a name in terms of quality. So if it is quality teaching, it is quality methods, it is quality procedures, it is quality processes. It is on the right time to do the right thing, and the backbone and the backdrop of the institution, FAMT, the admin team has contributed without even knowing how much they have worked for the institution. It may look like a thankless, tenuous job because most students and parents end up saying thank you to their teachers, but I have no doubt your role in the success of this academy, from admission verification to landscaping to looking after the campus to looking after the comforts of the students. Thank you, admin team, and keep the good work going. The most important thing here is for the admin and the academic team, which works together as a well-oiled machinery. Both depend on each other and are sure of each other's contribution and depend on unlimited, I'm at a loss of words. What I'm trying to say is, I have seen my admin and faculty team work together for FAMT. There are a few lines which Dr. Mashelkar said to remember that my best is yet to come. Prakash Chhabria reminded that we have to give our best to the country. We have in front of us live examples. We have chairman who is no more with us, but we have with us the dreams that all these illustrious people, successful people have put before us. And the dreams are all the same. If you notice, if you see, all of them gave us the same message, is to work towards nation building. There can be no higher calling in life than the opportunity to impact young minds and to impact a group of individuals who are in a very responsible place. I am proud in my personal position and privileged to be part of this team. I am truly honored and humbled to be carrying on the work that my father started, and I consider myself lucky to be part of this team. I thank you all for being a part of my team, and please, I would like you to continue your commitment, your dedication, and selfless devotion to the dream our chairman set for us. Once again, I am very proud and happy to welcome us all to the 25th Silver Jubilee anniversary celebration, and I look forward, I don't know I will be there, to the 50th and more. To end with a quick line which Dr. Mashelkar reminded us. Shri PPC was not an individual. He was an institution, and institutions live on forever. The institution of Shri PPC lives on forever through FAMT. Good luck. God bless. Thank you.
Thank you so much, madam. We are really very fortunate to have you as our leader. Silver Jubilee is a milestone in the journey of Finolex Academy of Management and Technology, Ratnagiri. And this 25th year needs to be the memorable one for all FAMTians and our well-wishers. Now I would like to brief you about the activities which have been planned to celebrate our Silver Jubilee year. Many innovative programs have been planned by Team FAMT to celebrate the 25th year. The first program, titled as TED Talks, where dignitaries from different fields such as teaching, business, research, startup will be invited to deliver talks on their areas of excellence. In the next program, each department will invite their distinguished alumnus to deliver technical talk, while engineers, the shepherds of society, will be an event where the societal problems will be looked at and analyzed from an engineer's perspective. An international conference will be organized in the month of February 2021. Coffee at FAMT will be a series of interviews where distinguished personalities from society will be invited and interviewed. Along with these events, science exhibition, many social events including blood donation camps, cleaning drives will be conducted where students and people from society will directly take part. The cherry on the top will be an event reliving the nostalgia, which will be an event for our alumni where they will be enabled to have the virtual visit of FAMT. There will be even a mega event to celebrate the 25 years of excellence. And thus, it is time to celebrate. But for today, we are at the closure of the program. So I would like to say a few lines. Gratitude is the fairest blossom which springs from the soul. To express the gratitude towards all the dignitaries and well-wishers of FAMT, I would like to hand over the charge to Professor Brushali Nimbalkar.
Good afternoon, one and all. The purest form of feeling felt by heart is a gratitude, and that is what was shared by Darshana. On behalf of FMT, it is my privilege to express these feelings on today's Silver Jubilee celebration. I would like to express my gratitude to Padma Vibhushan Dr. Raghunath Mashelkar sir, chief guest of our today's function, for his thought-provoking speech and for sharing his association with FMT, as well as for sharing the 5 mantras that he follows in his life and wishes all of us to follow it. Mr. Prakash Chhabria, Chairman, Finolex Industries, for sharing his fond memories with our founder, Chairman, late Shri P.P. Chhabria. Mrs. Aruna Katara, President, Hope Foundation and Research Center, for insisting us always to keep fire in our belly burning. Ms. Amrita Katara, Managing Trustee, Hope Foundation, for a thought of nurturing the forthcoming youth by following the footsteps of her grandfather, late Shri P.P. Chhabria sir. I am also very grateful and thankful to the trustees, members of the governing body, members of College Development Committee, and all the department advisory board members whose vision decides the roadmap of FMT. I would like to express our sincere thanks to our valuable recruiters, respected principals of junior colleges from Ratnagiri region, our alumni, and our respected parents, and all the members of our sister concerned institute, I2IT. I express my heartfelt gratitude to our respected principal, Dr. Kaushal Prasad sir, under whose able guidance FMT is progressing and continuing with its journey. I am thankful to our beloved students of FMT who are the most valuable assets of the institute. Last but not the least, I wholeheartedly thank the organizing committee of our today's function, which is headed by Dr. Milind Yadav. Their day in and day out efforts have made and resulted this event into a grand success. This successful journey of 25 years was possible just because of your wishes, your support, and you all being a part of FMT family. On behalf of FMT, I thank each and every one of you for investing your valuable time to be a part of our today's Silver Jubilee celebration. Thank you so much. Thank you, one and all.
With the kind permission from the chairperson of today's function, I hereby declare the closure of today's inaugural ceremony. Hope to have the same support from all of you for Team FAMT. Wish you all a happy and a great year ahead. Thank you. Thanks a lot once again. Have a good day.